solar cover brand recommendation and the expected lifespan of a solar cover. I have a saltwater gunite pool. I've been told a solar cover should last 5 to 7 years. Is this a good range? And if my cover only lasted 2 seasons, what advice do you have to make it last longer?
All right, so when it comes to solar, I mean, almost any type of cover that you use, whether we're talking about winter covers, solar covers, or even vinyl liners, the general answer you'll get these days is 5 to 7 years because nothing's built to last. If you're finding something that's really cheap online, yeah, you're not going to get as much life out of it. Just like I've seen some, what are they? I don't know if I want to call it a DIY safety cover, where it's not safe at all, but it's the same sort of trampoline idea, and they last, but they don't do a good job. And those solar covers, like, all right, here's the big issue with solar covers is people tend to leave them on when they're not using their pool, which means that if they shock the pool, and they leave it on there, it traps it in there and it starts to disintegrate the bubbles over time. So if your water is relatively balanced and you're not having the solar cover on at all times, especially when you are balancing your water, then you will get more life out of it. Getting only 2 years, whether it has to do with water chemistry or it has to do with whether it was just a poor make, whether it was quality on their end or if it is them in general, can't really say. We don't use them as much as we used to, especially with a lot more of the freeform pools. So I mean, just as far as getting more life out of them, I just recommend making sure that your water's balanced and not leaving it on all the time. A lot of people also use it to catch all of the debris, especially in the fall, and that tends to do more damage than not.